सुनने को तैयार नहीं, अपना व्याख्यान पेश की जाए, वहां से उदाहरण।
वीरपाल जी, कुछ तकनीकी कारण से आवाज स्पष्ट नहीं आ रही है, थोड़ा संक्षिप्त में उत्तर को समाहित करने की कृपा करें।
कि जब, हेलो, मुझे आप सुन पा रहे हैं?
सर मैं सुन पा रहा हूँ, थोड़ा संक्षिप्त में समाहित करें, कुछ तकनीकी कारण से आवाज बीच बीच में कट रही है आपकी, तो थोड़ा निवेदन है कि उसको संक्षिप्त में आप समाहित कर दें।
अब संक्षिप्त में मैं 4 लाइन की कविता सुना देता हूँ, उसमें सारी भाषा की संप्रेषणीयता है।
जी जी।
बाढ़ गई तो आया सूखा, शेष कुशल है। देखिए आप पंक्ति, खेती रखी रहन 2 बीघा, शेष कुशल है। चिटकी हुई एंड पंप आंगन का टूटा, शेष कुशल है। पानी मेड़ खेत जात रोटी का झगड़ा, इधर कचहरी उधर मुकदमा, शेष कुशल है। शहरों वाली आग गांव में भड़क रही है, जाने कैसा मौसम आया, शेष कुशल है। ये एक पत्र का जो है नमूना है। आवाज कुछ कटके आ रही होगी बीच में, तो ये आधुनिक पत्र का नमूना। कविता में मैंने कहा कि लेटर राइटिंग का एक कोर्स होता था, कला थी, सिखाई जाती, तो संप्रेषणीयता एक कला भी है, ये याद रहना चाहिए, कला है ये एक दिन में नहीं आती है, ये जो है आते आते जो है आती है। चचा गालिब ने भी कहा था कि उर्दू जुबान आती है आते आते, तो एक दिन में नहीं आती, ये संभव है इसके लिए। लेकिन ऐसा भी
जी धन्यवाद सर। फिर भाषा के बीच में तकनीकी रुकावट के साथ मैं आपका आभार व्यक्त करना चाहूंगा, आपने हमारे प्रतिभागियों की इस जिज्ञासा को शांत किया। धन्यवाद जी। और एक दूसरा प्रश्न है डॉक्टर लक्ष्मीकांत जी चंदेला जी से।
जी सर।
और आग्रह है कि संक्षिप्त में हमारे प्रतिभागियों का इसका उत्तर प्राप्त होगा। प्रश्न है, वर्तमान समय में गुणवत्तापूर्ण जीवन कैसे संभव है? आदरणीय लक्ष्मीकांत जी।
बहुत छोटी सी बात कहूंगा सर। वर्तमान को अगर आप सबसे पहले तो वर्तमान को हम पहचान ले कि वर्तमान क्या है। और जैसे प्राचीन समय में जब हम देखते हैं कि कम पढ़े लिखे लोग थे, इसके बावजूद भी वो रस प्राप्त कर लेते थे। किसमें? बतरस में। तो अब जो है बतरस की बात खत्म हो गई है कि बातों बातों में रस ले लेना। अगर वर्तमान में आप बात से ही रस ग्रहण कर ले रहे हैं तो आपका जीवन गुणवत्तापूर्ण है। और अगर आप मोबाइल से रस ग्रहण करेंगे, अगर आप व्हाट्सएप में रस ग्रहण करेंगे, अगर आप सोशल मीडिया के तमाम संसाधनों का उपयोग करते हुए रस ग्रहण करेंगे, जैसे थैंक यू लिखने के THNK लिख देते हैं, TNKU लिख देते हैं, हेलो के लिए HL लिख देते हैं, हाय के लिए HI लिख देते हैं। अगर आप ऐसे ही हिंदी में लिखते हुए अगर आप ऐसे शब्द लिखेंगे तो आप बातों से रस नहीं ले सकते। तो वर्तमान समय में पुनः जो है आपको बतरस करने की, बतरस की आवश्यकता है। क्योंकि कही गई है, बतरस लालच लाल की, मुरली दई लुकाए, दैन कहे भौहन हंसे, सोह करे नट जाए। अगर ऐसा आप ग्रहण करते हैं तो निश्चित ही आपके जीवन में जो है रस ही रस होगा, रस ही नहीं होगा, रस भरी गगरी होगी। बस संक्षेप में ही कहूंगा, आपका आदेश है और मुझे प्रश्न में उत्तर तो देने का सामर्थ्य नहीं है, पर एक प्रयास किया। मैं तो प्रश्न में जीने वाला आदमी हूँ। और
सर
इसी के साथ आपको धन्यवाद।
बहुत धन्यवाद सर आपका। हमारे दोनों रिसोर्स पर्सन ने गागर में सागर भरते हुए हमारे प्रतिभागियों की जिज्ञासाओं को समाप्त किया। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और अब मैं आभार प्रदर्शन के लिए डॉक्टर सुनीता उपाध्याय मैडम को सादर आमंत्रित करता हूं कि वो इस कार्यक्रम की आभार प्रदर्शन करें। डॉक्टर उपाध्याय मैडम।
आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। मैं डॉक्टर सुनीता उपाध्याय, गोविंद राम शेखसरिया अर्थ वाणिज्य महाविद्यालय परिवार की ओर से मुख्य वक्ता प्रोफेसर वीरपाल सिंह, महात्मा गांधी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हिंदी विश्वविद्यालय बरगा महाराष्ट्र के लिए हार्दिक धन्यवाद व्यक्त करती हूँ, जिन्होंने अपना बहुमूल्य समय देकर हमें यह बतलाया कि किस प्रकार हम भाषिक संप्रेषण के द्वारा अपने जीवन को गुणवत्तापूर्ण बना सकते हैं। हम आभार व्यक्त करते हैं डॉक्टर लक्ष्मीकांत चंदेला जी का, शासकीय स्नातकोत्तर महाविद्यालय छिंदवाड़ा, जिन्होंने जिस तरह से इस विषय को समझाया वह वाकई में अनुकरणीय है। हम आभारी हैं माननीय प्रबंध मंत्री डॉक्टर श्रीमती सुधा पांडे जी का, जिनके मार्गदर्शन में हमारे महाविद्यालय में इस तरह के अकादमिक कार्यक्रम होते रहते हैं। मैं आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ महाविद्यालय के प्राचार्य डॉक्टर सुनील कुमार पाहवा जी का, जो हमेशा हमारे प्रेरणा स्रोत रहे हैं। आयोजन समिति और तकनीकी समिति के सभी सदस्यों डॉक्टर आशीष मिश्रा, श्री अनुराग उपाध्याय, श्री प्रवीण सिंह, डॉक्टर अंकित खरे, श्री प्रतीक भाटिया, डॉक्टर रामकृष्ण पटेल, श्री अभिषेक श्रीवास्तव, अदिति अनीस और श्री जयंत राणा जी के प्रति भी आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ, जिन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम के आयोजन में अपना योगदान दिया। मैं इस कार्यक्रम के समन्वयक डॉक्टर शिव कुमार व्यास जी के प्रति भी आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ तथा बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ, जिन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम की रूपरेखा बनाकर इस कार्यक्रम का सफल संचालन किया। और अंत में समस्त प्रतिभागियों का भी मैं आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ जो इस कार्यक्रम से जुड़े। फीडबैक फॉर्म की लिंक यूट्यूब चैट और टेलीग्राम ग्रुप में भेजी जाएगी और प्रमाण पत्र 10 दिन में आपको प्राप्त हो जाएंगे। एक बार पुनः आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
हेलो प्रतीक, ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा। हेलो
हेलो
प्रतीक, हाँ अब सुनाई दिया।
यस सर
हेलो हेलो we had good speakers in taxonomy and we had good speakers in वो ज्ञानेंद्र ने और उसने जो एडवर्टाइज किया था गौतम ने,
वो तो
दोनों स्पीकर अच्छे थे, उसमें शिफाली और किन्नरी।
वो हाँ किन्नर दोनों
किन्नरी
ठीक है मैम, है ना। उसमें 2 डायलॉग बॉक्स आएंगे, 1 फॉर अनम्यूट एंड 1 टू स्टार्ट द वीडियो।
आप कर देना। I bow my head in supplication before the Almighty. मेरे सभी गुरुओं को सादर प्रणाम। I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Sunil Kumar Pava, Principal, GS College of Commerce and Economics, Autonomous College, Jabalpur. I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Shubha Pandey, Prabandh Mantri, Shiksha Mandal, Madhya Pradesh Shaka. Our resource persons, Dr. Vinita Chaudhary, Dr. Sushil Paul, and our moderator, Dr. Abha Pandey. I welcome all the participants, students, and all those who are watching this webinar. Once again, welcome to the webinar. Our topic for today is language as a means of communication for a better quality of life. Communication is more than just being able to just verbally pronounce words and sentences. We communicate to participate in a conversation, asking, answering, and commenting. We also communicate to regulate the behavior of others and to interact socially. But to achieve these purposes effectively, we need to be competent across multiple areas. Linguistically, we need to know what words mean so that we can make correct sentences, so that our communication partners understand us and perceive us as a competent communicator. Socially, we need to know what it is and when it is our turn to speak, how to introduce a topic, maintain it, and redirect it. Strategically, we need to know when we are not understood and clarify and add more. We need to use speech and gestures as well as our phone and written technology to communicate our messages. Our lives are adversely affected if we cannot do these things competently to maintain, regain, and or achieve a better quality of life. Language skills are important. In the words of George Crane, language is the apparel in which our thoughts parade before the public. Thus, conversation should be pleasant without scurrility, witty without affectation, free without indecency, learned without conceitedness, and novel without falsehood. So, how do we graduate from functional to communicative English? Whether it be monologue, dialogue, or megalogue, how do we apply language to enhance our quality of life? Let's learn and get answers from our resource persons. At this juncture, I would like to invite our principal, Dr. Sunil Kumar Pavasar, to please come and welcome the guests.
Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Good morning, everybody. It is an indeed pleasure to organize webinar on the use of language, on what the language should be, what role the language can play, especially in the present scenario of online webinars. There have been a lot of webinars on the future of higher education in the present and the post-COVID era. And as such, we thought, after listening to so many webinars, listening to so many experts of different subjects, our college thought that it is high time we should also organize on language or linguistics. When we talk of language, as what I said recently in our Hindi webinar also, that not only our pronunciation or grammar should be correct, but at the same time, the usage of word, as what we normally say, our English and Shashi Tharoor's English, from the same country, from the same dictionary, from the same language, I believe will not be able to spell Shashi Tharoor even the way he speaks. So there's a lot of difference. In our country, where we have different English in different states, after every 100 kilometers, the language, whether Hindi or English, changes. It is indeed a pleasure when I go through the English of some of my students who come from South. They say yem, yen, yo, p, q, yar, yes. And when they come from North, their English is different. When they come from East, their English is different. So English, what we say, or language, what we say, the pronunciation, what we say is different, though we are habitual. A person goes to America, comes after 1 month, and the way he starts twisting his tongue, it shows as if he's trying to prove that he has become an American overnight. So we have all these challenges are in our country. We enjoy all these challenges, no doubt about it. It is the beauty of this country, but at the same time, it is high time that at least we should also have one common language, one common pronunciation. And as such, if we use the right word at the right time for the right reason, we believe we will succeed. We have with us Dr. Abha Pandey, Principal, Government Mahakaushal Arts and Commerce College, the lead college of Jabalpur. She is the moderator for today's webinar. We have resource persons, Dr. Vinita Chaudhary, Professor, Department of Postgraduate Studies in English and Research, Government Hamidia Arts and Commerce College, Bhopal. We have second resource person, Dr. Paul Sushil, International Life Coach, PS Training Academy, Tamil Nadu. We have with us our own Managing Secretary, Dr. Shubha Pandey, who is very good at English also. I welcome all the members and hope this webinar will definitely add on value to the existing webinars which are going on and definitely lead to some more new results, outcomes will be given to the government that what will be the future of these online classes in terms of language, their usage and studies. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pavasar. Rightly said that languages are many in our country. Dialects are even more than that. Yet we need one unifying force, one language that is going to unite us all. Thank you, sir. Our very own Dr. Mrs. Shubha Pandey, Managing Secretary, Shiksha Mandal Madhya Pradesh Shakha, is our guide, a confidant, a friend, but first and foremost, she is a teacher with no mean achievements. Her communicative skills are unparalleled, and I request her to share her skills with us. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Aarti. Thank you very much. Welcome the panelists and our moderator, Dr. Abha Pandey, panelists, Dr. Sushil Paul and Dr. Vinita Singh Chaudhary. A warm welcome to all of you from the GS family. And we really look forward to a very meaningful interaction today also with the students as well as the participants. Now, language is very important. It's the only source of communication. Sometimes sign language fails. So what you speak makes an important or a long-lasting impact on the person you're communicating. According to a lot of people that I have heard and also read, effective communication skills form the nucleus around which all successful human relationships revolve. So it's very important to build confidence or trust in each other through a common medium or through a proper language. Now, when I teach students, and there was a student, one of my students who went to the UK, came back and said, ma'am, I knew English, they knew English, and yet the way of communication or the way of forming or framing words was so different. So I said, why? Well, what made you feel that? He says, when I reached, the officer there said, have you come here to die? So he says, no, I've not come here to die, I've come here to live. So the today was to die. So unless and until these words, when we say, are properly framed, our English, I think Indian English is very good and very properly understood all over the world. Now, when we talk about effective communication skills, I came across a very good book which said about the 10 commandments of effective communication skills. Now, the first is objective for communicating, very important. What is your objective for communicating? Is the desire for further information. So whenever we are talking about effective communication, the object for communicating should be very, very clear. Second is the clarity in use of language. One with the receiver, that is for greater comprehension. The use of the same language while communicating is the best way to impart whatever you want to the technology or the aspect that you want to spell out. Third is amount of communication. It should neither be too much nor too little for the effective grasp of the message. Sometimes it happens that the message is too long. So the importance of the message is lost somewhere in the words. And sometimes it's too short. So what you're trying to say doesn't get conveyed very properly. Also, you have to take into consideration the appropriate climatic conditions, that is, minimize the physical and psychological noise, again, a very important method of communication. Appropriate climatic conditions. Point number 6 is listen attentively. That is, whatever you actively listen, you should always be very attentive. Otherwise, you miss the essence of the communication. Avoid unintentional communication. That is, again, neither too much nor too little. Corroborate actions with statements. That is, synchronize your actions with your statements. Sometimes it happens that too much of excitement and sometimes you want to say something, the expression shows something else. There are times when Vande Mataram is said and the national flag is held in a reverse manner. So you have to be very, very careful about your actions with your statements. Then, of course, communication is a two-way process. That is, you should always solicit feedback. So it's a two-way communication. You cannot just give your speech and go back without really taking a feedback as to whether it was taken properly by the audience or no. Now, the most important, according to me, is the honing the communication skills. That is, training your mind, using your mental sieve. That is, your in common language, when I speak to students, I say the channi, that is your mental sieve. You should know what to filter, what you should take in the form of communication, and what you should impart. So these are 10 commandments, which according to me are very useful for effective communication skills. And I hope today's webinar will benefit not only the students, but also the participants. I wish you all luck and all the very best. Over to you, Aarti.
Thank you, ma'am. You've given me a thinking cap now. And I'm sure all the participants and all those, whether they have joined us on Zoom or the YouTube, are equally fascinated you have just spoken about. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our first resource person, Dr. Vinita Singh Chaudhary, Arts and Commerce College, Bhopal. Her areas of specialization are British literature, Indian literature, feminism, pluralism, multiculturalism, narrative tradition, globalization, and bilingualism. She is a subject expert in as many as 19 universities and autonomous colleges. The topics of her special interest include lectures on English language, English grammar, communicative English, workplace etiquette, verbal and skills. Good afternoon, ma'am. We are waiting to hear you. Thank you. Please come on the air.
Thank you so much. Hello, I would request Madam Aarti to kindly share the screen. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. A very good afternoon. आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार. First of all, I would like to thank you all for inviting me, giving me this opportunity to speak on language, a means of communication for a better quality of life. I extend my greetings to the principal, Dr. Sunil Kumar Babaji, and the managing secretary, Dr. Shubda Pandey, and all the members of the organizing committee, especially the convener, Dr. Aarti Patel. I've been asked to deliver on communication skills, a key to transformation. Although, friends, communication relates to each and every one of us, but I'll try to focus on communication skills in English as a key to transform life. Dr. Shubda Pandey has already given the 10 commandments. Yes, and if we focus on all of these commandments, that itself is going to add that quality to life. I'm really impressed, madam. Friends, I'm a huge proponent of the power of communication. Effective communication. Of course, it touches each and every phase of our life. And if we focus on the communication skills, strong communication skills, it is definitely going to help us succeed at the personal level as well as the professional level. It will positively impact even the personal relations, as it is a skill that is going to have a profound influence in each and every phase of life. First of all, I will talk a little bit about the importance of communication skills and how honing and polishing those communication skills is going to add that quality. What is the importance of communication skills? It makes a whole world of difference in how we are in this world, friends. How are we showing ourselves over here? Let's ask ourselves, are we satisfied with our life? And are we satisfied in life? See, every day we are interacting with others, whether it is our family members, our colleagues, friends, relatives, co-workers, or peers. And if we don't know how to communicate and interact properly in a mutually satisfying way, don't you think we feel that somewhere we are restricting ourselves? At times it happens that a conversation breaks down. It's not that we don't know what communication skills are, but the thing is that we really need to practice, go one step forward from wherever we are so that we can make that change, we can bring about that change, we can transform our life as well as others. Friends, let's think about it. If our communication is skilled, if it is effective and productive, don't you think it would matter? What would it mean for a career? If we improve our communication skills, don't you think it's going to make an impact? Is life better personally and professionally? The question comes to mind. What is a skilled conversation? And is it possible for us to have a satisfying relationship at both the fronts by improving upon it? So just honing these communication skills, just polishing these communication skills is going to make a great difference. Do you think that relationship that we are interacting with improve if we learn how to master our communication and the conversational skills? In fact, let me tell you that without an emphasis on proper communication and effective communication, our relationship with the other individuals that we are engaged with becomes a little less valued, a little less important. So friends, if we want our relationship to become strengthened, to be much stronger, to be more valued, to be filled with more trust, then it is worth your effort to improve your communication skills. We all know that communication skills, we have to take both the verbal as well as the non-verbal component. See, only speaking very good English is not enough if we don't have a control over the non-verbal cues. Whether we are expressing ourselves or if we are interacting with others when we are observing others. So I've taken the speech acts. The most important thing that we need to focus on if we want to improve the way we speak, the way we deliver, the way we present ourselves. What are these speech acts? See, basically, if you define them, it is simply the utterances. They have a great performance function, you can say, in language and communication. I've just put in a few over here, like every day you make requests, you have offers, promises, commitments, declarations, assertions, or assessment. No matter what we speak, no matter what we have to do, it is the way you get things done. It is the way we speak, the way our body is coming up, the way the emotions are attached to it, and the way the language is expressed. So whatever we speak, friends, remember the three parts to it: the body, the emotion, and the language component to it. And if we have a control or command over these, let me tell you, the emphasis will come. Your communication is going to be effective. So best way is to focus on these, how to learn these speech acts. First part is the language, the way we speak, the linguistic aspect of it. This is very, very critical to master the conversation. See, language is the speaking part. And what is the non-verbal part? Your body. The body language, your eye contact, your facial expression, your gesture, your posture, everything. So friends, when we talk about communication skills, and when we say, how is it going to add that quality to our life, we need to stand out. We need to realize the value of working with these three components basically: language, body, and emotion. How do we share our emotions? Whether we are speaking in Hindi or English or any other language, you need to have a command on that language. And not knowing the language alone is not enough. Have we learned the best way to express ourselves? Through this language. We describe ourselves, our physical posture, our physical disposition through the language. And that is why, friends, language and understanding the communication is the intellectual way. That is it. That is going to make an effective communicator. This is the key that is going to transform your life. The key that is going to add quality to your life. Coming to communication, if we take the three aspects, linguistically, socially, and strategically. See, communication is more than just being able to pronounce the words. We communicate, we participate in a conversation, we ask questions, we answer them, we try to regulate the behavior of others, and we try to even regulate socially. But in order to achieve these purposes, to be competent in the multiple areas, we have to focus on these three aspects. Linguistically, we need to know what words to say. Just now, the principal of GS College of Commerce, Mr. Pavaji, emphasized that do we know what words, the selection of words, when to speak that word, how to speak that word, and when not to speak also, where the pause and the silence should come. Once you have a control on these aspects, then we become, a better communicator. Socially, if we need to know when it is our turn to speak, how to introduce a topic, how to maintain it, how to redirect it when we want to talk about something else, how to share our stories, how to share our experience, then we can say, yes, we have a command over it. So speaking alone is not enough. Language alone is not enough until and unless all the thing, you take it in a comprehensive manner. Strategically, we need to know when someone is not understanding what we are saying, isn't it? It is just simply a monologue. Are we able to clarify? Are we able to add on to the information that we are giving? So it is to become that kind of effective, or we can say a multimodal communicator, we need to really focus on these. Our lives are greatly affected when we cannot do these competently. To maintain, to regain, or to achieve a better quality of life, we need to determine as to what is preventing us from being an effective communicator. Can we make things better? That is the question. Can we add that quality to life? We call these as life skills also. Why? Because it is related to our life. It makes our life better. How to communicate information accurately, clearly. Madam Pandey had just given those 10 commandments when she talked about clarity. With the clarity, are we speaking accurately? Is it what actually the intention was behind whatever we speak? See, friends, I still believe, even at this age, it is never late to work on your communication skills. Be a bit more alert, be a bit more aware, and add that quality. That quality is not only going to affect our lives, but it's going to make an impact with whomsoever we are interacting with. So these life skills, if you focus on these, they're all going to help you in the aspects of life, from the professional life up to your personal life. Whether you're solving problems, you're thinking in a creative manner, or you're polishing your employability skills. At each and every aspect, you need these skills. Any problems, isn't it? We call about communication gap these days. Why? Whether it is a family or whether it is a workplace, we say that it is bad communication. People don't listen to us. Yes, we all are complaining about it on and off. We can have great ideas, brilliant ideas, but sometimes we are unable to get them across. But ideas don't get us anywhere. Even if we have a lot of knowledge, if we are a thorough reader, we really read a lot, we have a control and a mastery over the books. But until and unless we have a command over our communication skills, until and unless we really know how to get them across, the purpose is defeated. I will not go into the communication because I was listening to the earlier two speakers and they have talked a lot, though it was in Hindi. That communication, we know, yeah. What is communication? Whatever we are exchanging information, whether it is productive or in a constructive manner. Are we able to help the receiver to receive it? We are delivering facts, statistics. Basic thing what we have to do is focus on mastering the art of communication. Do we have that competence to hold discussion? Are we able to create that win-win situation in that impressive way of delivering a speech or presenting anything, whatever is given to us? So friends, what can communication do? First of all, it strengthens your existing relationship. It helps you to form positive, strong bonds at workplace, at home, with family, with spouse, with children, with parents, with your friends, with your relatives, everywhere. It helps you to maintain a good relationship, starting a good conversation, initiating contact with friends, and even to prevent the kind of misunderstandings that come because of the communication gap when we are not able to actually express ourselves. So friends, it is important. I'm sure we all agree that yes, whether it is a personal front, academic, or in professional success, we really need to polish our communication skills. See, oral communication skills are identified as valuable, both for employment, for our job, for our performance, for wherever we are. Now, speaking about the communication skills in English, these are the 4 skills that we tell our students as educators also, that these are the 4 skills we really need to focus on: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. How to improve these 4 skills so that we can be an effective communicator, so that we have a command on the communication skills. See, friends, why do we always remember who person whom we have met? And then later you think that, yeah, oh, actually it was the way he was speaking. Oh, the way he talked to me, the way he gave attention to me, the way she discussed the idea, something or the other clicks behind. And if you just go deep into it, it is all about communication. Friends, in order to become a well-rounded communicator, we need to be proficient in each of these 4 language skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. These skills will give opportunity to create context, how to use language, how to give information. Out of these four skills, we know listening and reading, we can say, are receptive skills, or you can also call them as passive skills. And your speaking and writing, they are your productive skills. Out of these skills, see, I put listening in a bigger frame, because actually we are not giving any attention. We are not paying any attention to listening these days. It is a receptive language skill. And this we find most difficult. We are always in a hurry to speak instead of listening, isn't it? So the listener needs to get oriented. If you want to be a good communicator, if you want to be an effective communicator, if you want to add that quality, friends, be a good listener. Active listening is something which we are missing these days. The listener is required to be very, very attentive. In everyday life also, the situation, the speaker, there's so many visual clues that we will miss if we do not pay attention whenever we are listening. Coming to the speaking part, which is the most important productive skill in the oral mode. It is complicated, and yes, it needs practice. Speaking, whether you are in an interactive face-to-face conversation, semi-interactive, you can say on telephone or maybe somewhere else, or non-interactive. But we have to pay attention. Speaking situations, no matter what kind of situation they are, this is a skill on which we really need to master. Reading, again, is a receptive skill. It is an important way of gaining information. A well-read person, you can see the moment you interact with a well-read person, we know that yes, this person has knowledge. He is well-read because he develops independently that listening and speaking skills also. His reading helps in building vocabulary. It helps in listening comprehension in the later stages also. And finally, writing, which is again a productive skill. It is more complicated and of course needs practice. We need to have a command on vocabulary and structure, because it is this that complements our other language skills. So friends, when you are focusing in these four skills of English language, they address equally when you are learning English. So learners can be assured that having good communication skills is a great necessity, especially in this competitive world. Who is an effective communicator? Yes. And why do we call them an effective communicator? They know how to speak. They have the tone of voice, isn't it? And what is the tone of voice? How to say things. The way you say, intonation, when you have to raise the voice and when you have to come down. So it is not simply exchanging information when you speak. Are we able to understand the intention? Are we able to understand the emotion behind it? Why a certain thing was said? So effective communicator, or you can say effective communication, this needs to be instinctive also. We need to learn these skills in order to deepen your connection to others. If you have a control over how to say, why to say, and when to say things, and when not to say things, you will be able to build greater trust, greater respect. You will be able to improve on that team spirit, that teamwork. You will be able to handle the solving the problems and overall the social and emotional health of yours and others. So friends, an effective communicator will be a person who knows exactly how to speak, when to give attention to the speaker, focus fully on the speaker, avoid interrupting when somebody else is speaking, redirecting the conversation when it is required, showing interest to what others are saying, providing feedback also. Are we able to give importance to those individual differences when we are talking to others? This is the quality of an effective communicator. And once we are attentive towards these, once we are aware that yes, we can be a better communicator if we really know how to handle these skills, definitely more quality will be there. And whenever you speak, people will remember you. You will be able to impress people. Friends, there are certain barriers. I'm not taking all the barriers over here, but I'm taking only those barriers. If you remove them from our conversation, it will help you to be a better communicator. Try your level best not to judge other people. Don't criticize in public. No commenting. You may have a personal opinion, which you may share with a friend of yours. But try your level best that when you are interacting with people, and especially at workplace, you are not biased. Sometimes we are not focusing on person. We're just listening, okay, inattentively. And then we miss the non-verbal cues that comes from the body language. At times, we use too much of technical language. So remember where we are talking to and who our audience are. A needs analysis needs to be done as to who the person is and how much he's able to take. Don't avoid the concern of others. So friends, we need to be sensitive to the needs of the audience also, so that we are able to have a control over it. Coming to the interpersonal skills in this competitive world. I've taken interpersonal. Why? Basically, it is the skills you need and you use to communicate with others and interact with other people. It is not an exaggeration to say, friends, that interpersonal skills are the foundation for the success in life. They help you to have a better relationship at home as well as work. So when you're working, collaboratively, communicate effectively. Try your level best to have a positive relationship, whether it is clients or customers or students or colleagues or team or co-workers, wherever you are. If we have good communication skills, it will show. We will have the etiquettes of work ethics. We will have that degree of professionalism in us, which is expected of us also. And at the same time, if you have a command over language, friends, you will know how to handle critical situations diplomatically with poise. And at the same time, give that essence of dependability also. So in a way, what you have to learn is a relationship management. We need to earn that respect. We need to earn that mutual trust from others when we are interacting with each other. We need to have patience. Yes. Why do we remember people who quietly are always very good listeners whenever we want to share something? This is an important skill, and it is a test of a good communicator. Communicate softly and humbly. Earn respect. Strengthen your friendship and partnership. These all are very important to have a happy and a prosperous life. In the corporate world, we know that communication skills is the very lifeblood of every business organization, isn't it? It is vital to the success and the survival of any company, any organization. So we need to have those powerful concepts. Participation, involvement, everything, whatever you do, revolves around what? Communication. So communication is that key that is going to give you that success. Communication is the key which is going to bring you one step forward. It is going to add that flavor. It is going to give you that happiness, that satisfaction, that calmness in your life. We can add to it just by polishing these communication skills. Career progression. Even if we have something to complain about, are we able to do in a very formal language, giving due respect to the person? Do we know the effective means to do it? Are we able to handle criticism in a polished way? So once we have a control over these, friends, there is definitely going to be a better progression in our career, better productivity, sound business relationships, and of course, a successful response from others is going to be ensured. I got a diagram over here of ladder of inference. Yesterday, I was reading about it, and I talked to my friend who's a psychologist, and she said, yes, ladder of inference is something very good. We take it up in psychology. Sometimes we are so much biased with our assumptions that we are not able to focus on the facts at that particular time. So in order to be a good communicator, friends, avoid this ladder of inference. Be more aware about your own thinking and reasoning. See to it that others are understanding your point of view and you are also understanding vice versa. If there are any doubts, if you think too many biased opinion is coming at the back of your mind, ask questions, get clarity, find out what others are thinking, test your assumptions. Am I drawing the right conclusion? Is it right for me to behave in this manner? Is it right for me to do this or that? So before coming on that, go one step back at least and then communicate. You will definitely find that it has helped you to be more successful in whatever you do. As emotional intelligence, are we able to understand and manage our emotion as well as of others? And then, are we able to communicate those emotions so effectively? This needs practice. We need to overcome the challenges that we face at workplace and at home front also at times. So what is required? A self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and to handle the relationships. This emotional intelligence is going to boost our career if we really know how to keep a control over it. Have empathy. Friends, again, come to the point of active listening, though I've already taken it in the 4 skills. Tune in to whatever your partner or whomsoever you are interacting with or is conversing with. Try to find out what is he actually thinking and feeling. So listening to the other person and at the same time respecting their opinion, even if you are not ready to agree to their point of view, show empathy and learn that vocabulary, those expressions so that you're able to convey. You know, it happens sometimes that we really feel so many things. We are very positive, but we are unable to express, we are unable to convey, which is very essential. There's certain must-have skills, though there's a huge list, but I've taken just a few over here. Be open-minded, be flexible, welcome others' point of view, discuss it, and then you can give your own arguments if you're not ready to accept them. Respect can be shown by eye contact, by the body language, the way you hold your arms, the way you stay focused, by giving attention, by being alert. Just a nod, raising of eyebrow, or a smile on the face conveys so much. Learn to be positive when you are giving or receiving feedback. That is also a part of your being an effective communicator. Encourage others, be very positive, be receptive. Writing skills, though I've already taken up, but it is also a vital requirement for advancement and success. So we really need to polish our writing skills. Sometimes, you know, we get so careless. We send a mail without focusing that whether the grammar was correct. We did not check the spelling or the punctuation part. So plan your writing well, and especially when you are doing research also. I come to non-verbal communication, which is the most important aspect of your, you can say, or component of your communication skills. The body language. It speaks so much. Your posture, the facial expressions, together with eye contact, your hand gestures, the body, the way you are aligning itself, the tone of voice, your pace, and where exactly you are emphasizing on words. If you are very attentive, to the non-verbal clues when you're interacting with people, you will be able to pick up on those unspoken issues. Be alert, friends. Then you will be a good communicator. Then you will be able to add quality, not only to your life as well as to others too. Use it in a positive way. How you can add strength to the verbal messages. I'm talking about congruence. What is congruence? Basically, the harmony, or you can say the compatibility with what the words say and what the body is saying, what the non-verbal cues are given. So friends, non-verbal communication need to reinforce. It is not easy to disguise. It is much harder. So we need to have a control over it.
Vinita ma'am?
Yes?
Sorry to interrupt, but we are running short of time.
Okay, 5 minutes
There's a time limit. So if you could just wind up what you're saying a little quickly.
Yes,
Though
sure.
it's very interesting.
Yes.
But we're short of time. Paucity
Okay.
of time is okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So I'll wind up as Aarti's told me that we're running short of time, friends.
Yes. Yes.
You can be as a better team leader if you are contributing well. We know that where the sales are and where we're taking people aboard. So let people have that trust in you. That we can build up again with good communication. World is built upon ideas, and ideas push our world. So everywhere, you know, we see mankind's achievement. This has happened. Why? Because a person had an idea. And it is communication that has led that idea to grow into reality. So friends, communication, success, they go hand in hand. We really need to communicate well. It affects our mind, our heart, as well as our body. It has a complete control over ourselves. When you feel stressed, when you have anger, depression, anxiety, whatever. So instead of building up those toxic emotions, speak up, express yourself, communicate with a trusted one. So in a nutshell, better transaction with the outside world is going to sharpen your skills. Economic prosperity is going to come. You'll have a social transformation also. You can bring about a spiritual change in yourself. It is up to you. Whether you have that inner communication skills, having a communion with God, that gives you your inner strength. Friends, today in crisis, the world needs people as leaders, not just productive ones, but better humane outlook, who can really add that quality to others' lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vinita ma'am. A very lucid, simple presentation, yet we've understood and gleaned so much out of it, which is definitely going to help us improve our skills. Thank you, ma'am. I'd like to call our second resource person, Dr. Sushil Paul. He is the founder and director of the PS Academy, a top-class training and development organization with branches in Chennai, Karaikudu, Coimbatore, and Dindigul. He is a certified neuro-linguistic programming master, practitioner, and a certified A-grade graphologist, an EDMR therapist, and a pranic healer. He conducts seminars, open workshops, campus training programs, corporate trainings, job scalers, FPPs, and parenting programs. His training programs in Thailand, Sri Lanka, Singapore, Nepal, and Malaysia have been very successful. He is also a regular face in visual media too, with more than 30 launches to his credit. It's an honor to have you with us, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. And it's my pleasure. And this is a very good initiative by GS College of Commerce and Economics. And I'd like to thank you, Professor Aarti. This is really a very good initiative. And my session is going to be a very short session. And I'm going to share a lot of very interesting, effective inputs, insights, which is really going to be very helpful for the participants. And I see most of the participants are teachers and students. So I'm very sure this is going to be an enriching session. And I'm really happy to share this session is my 1193rd session. And I'm also doing a lot of webinars in this lockdown. This is my 14th webinar. And I'm getting participants pan-India and out of country also. Most of my sessions are for teachers. And today, this session, I really want to share some effective inputs and insights from a trainer perspective, because I have trained more than 2 lakh students. Most of them are school college students, and more than 25 to 30,000 teachers, and a lot of parents, thousands and thousands of parents and corporates. So from trainer's perspective, I would like to share my insights, which is really going to be very helpful for the students and for the teachers on language acquisition, so that it will be very helpful for the teachers to apply those inputs in the classrooms and to stimulate and enrich, train the students on language acquisition. Because I'm going to share, this session is all about language acquisition, particularly a second language, how students acquire the language, how the teachers acquire the language, how we can train the students on these aspects, right? What actually is a language? Language is actually a structured method, a structured system to communicate. And many students, many teachers, many parents, even managers, they actually are not aware that communication skills is different, language proficiency is different. Some, in my experience, out of 15 years of experience in training profession, I understood that many teachers, many students, they don't know the difference between communication skills and language proficiency. Many are very good in communication, but they are not good at proficiency, language proficiency, English language proficiency. Still, some are very good in language proficiency. They are very proficient in English language, but they are not good communicators. So first thing is, students and teachers need to know the difference between communication skills and language proficiency. So language is one tool to communicate, whether it is Hindi or Tamil or English or German or French or anything it may be. So communication skills development is different. Language proficiency is different. Like that, communication skills training and soft skills training is different. Language proficiency training is different. Many students, I understood that even from Hindi medium, Telugu medium, Tamil medium students, they acquire language very faster. Advanced level of fluency is there. They are very proficient and they acquire it very faster within a short span of time. Some English medium students, they find it very hard to strengthen their proficiency, even if they are given training for a long span of time. Here, as trainers, as teachers, as students, you need to understand the blocks and barriers. Most of the blocks and barriers for a student to speak in English is not technical aspects. It is not about classrooms. It is not about methodology. It is not about linguistic intelligence. It is all about psychological and emotional blocks and barriers. If a student is able to overcome his blocks and barriers, psychological, emotional blocks, he or she will be able to strengthen her language proficiency, strengthen her English within a short span of 3 weeks to 3 months of time. Lot of research has been done and on language acquisition. It is no way connected with Hindi medium. It is no way connected with Tamil medium. It is no way connected with Telugu medium. English is just a language, and it is all about confidence. It is all about interest. It is all about need and passion. Some students from rural background studied in Hindi medium. When they come to cities and towns for college education, within a short span of 3 months, they acquire the language. only when we as teachers, as trainers, given a good platform for them to speak out, when we motivate them, when we help them to come out of their emotional and psychological barriers. And out of my experience, I understood students, if they raise their confidence level, if they are able to boost their self-esteem level, they start speaking in English at ease, with comfort. They don't care about grammatical aspects. They don't care about pronunciation. They don't care about intonation. They start speaking in English. That is the first secret recipe. If a student wants to speak in English, he or she has to start speaking. That is the first aspect. That is where most of the students fail. So it is very important. As teachers, you need to motivate and encourage them and give them a platform to speak and to listen. I am much interested and passionate in English, though my area is different. I am a management graduate, and my training, my certifications are all in psychology, psychotherapy, and NLP, and this chronic healing and positive psychology. But still, I started my career as an English trainer long 18 years back. I used to go and run programs in schools and colleges. Rotary clubs and a lot of these Lions clubs used to fix some leadership coaching programs, and I will be given a session on communication skills and language proficiency. And I also used to run some English language proficiency training for the students, particularly from rural background who are studying in government colleges in the beginning. So I understood that only when given proper motivation, only when given proper platform, they used to speak. When they started speaking, gradually as trainers, teachers, we can give some exposure on the rudiments like the pronunciation, how to build vocabulary, and how to help them how to pronounce a word, how to strengthen their intonation and pitch and tonality, how to present an idea effectively, how to build content. Gradually, we can give some eye opener on the process of communication. And when they get exposed to the rudiments of communication skills, as Dr. Vinita was sharing, gradually the process will be very faster. The learning will get accelerated, and the language proficiency, the process also will be very faster. So it is very easy for students from any background, even from Hindi medium background, can acquire a language. If I can speak in English, if I can go out of country and run workshop for teachers in English, why can't a student from rural background in Madhya Pradesh can come and acquire language in your college? So it is very easy. It is very easy. And we need to motivate the students. And motivation is a science. It is not just giving some kind of a suggestions. It is all about, motivation is all about subconscious aspects. We need to motivate them and give suggestions in the subconscious level. We need to help students as teachers and trainers. We need to help students and teachers. We need to help the students to reprogram their mind, to unlearn a lot of things. If they really want to learn English, they have to unlearn a lot of things, because they have learned a lot of negative things in the school, that they cannot speak in English, that they are not able to pronounce a word on the right way, that they are not able to present an idea on stage. These are all psychological barriers, emotional barriers. So it is very important. We all have the innate ability to speak in English. We all have that innate capacity to acquire a language, not only one English language. We can acquire many languages. We have got that potential. All students, even from rural background, they are capable of acquiring not just English. They can acquire many languages within a short span of time. Only thing is, they need to get a right exposure how to acquire a language. So language acquisition begins with confidence. Language acquisition begins with comfort, and language acquisition begins with the need and drive to achieve. I found that many students who are motivation level are high, their drive to achieve is high, they acquire the language very faster. It is all about confidence. language proficiency. English is all about confidence. English is all about interest. I see many teachers who are not into English literature. They speak very good English. They pronounce very well. They have very good, strong vocabulary. They present an idea in English very well in the classrooms. Why? Because of interest and passion and courage and confidence. So as teachers, you need to gain your confidence level in the subconscious state. You need to boost the confidence level of the students in the subconscious level. You need to give a perfect scientific kind of guidance and motivation to the students. And you need to stimulate and enrich. Teachers are not just teachers. You're all energizers in the classrooms. When you are able to transfer energy, students acquire a language faster. They will be very cooperative. They will give you respect. They will value you. They will get connected with you emotionally. So when the teachers are able to connect with the students emotionally, the energy gets transferred, the knowledge gets transferred, the motivation level will be very high, the students' creativity quotient will go very higher, and their linguistic intelligence gets triggered. Each and every student can speak in English very well. It is all about environment. It is all about a platform to be given. That is very, very important. Another thing is, in the classrooms, not just English literature students, commerce students, economic students, all students from all stream, they can speak, because English is globish. And to acquire a language, I can tell you one secret: you need to listen a lot. Long back, some 10 to 12 years back, I used to listen a lot of audiobooks. And two ways. One is, I am storing a lot of informations, and parallelly, indirectly, unknowingly, I'm acquiring the language. Automatically, my sounding pattern changes, the pronunciation changes. So listening is the secret recipe behind speaking. If you want to write very well, you need to read a lot of books. If you want to speak very well, you have to listen. So it is very important for the teachers to give them a platform, give some materials for the students to listen. And if they start listening, automatically their sounding pattern, their vocabulary gets strengthened, their pronunciation changes, their sounding pattern changes, their confidence level goes higher, and their vocabulary will be very good, so that they will start speaking. Once they start speaking with a lot of confidence and interest, and automatically, gradually, their language proficiency and fluency improves. And I know many students, out of my experience, many students, they go to Spoken English Institute, they go and they attend sessions for 6 months and 1 year. End of 1 year, they'll be very good in grammar. They'll be grammatically very strong. But when we ask the student to come and stand up and speak for 3 minutes, giving a small talk, they cannot. They find it really very hard. So now we can understand that grammatical strength is nowhere connected with powerful presentation. Grammatical strength is nowhere connected with effective speaking. Many students, they speak even with grammatical errors, even though they'll be very good in communication, they'll be very expressive. So let us not give a lot of weightage for the grammatical aspects in the beginning when we give training for the students. Let them start speaking. Gradually, the brain itself will support them. The mind itself will support them. You might have heard of Noam Chomsky approach. We are wired. We have the capacity to acquire it. Only thing is, there are a lot of blocks and barriers for them. So as trainers, as teachers, as facilitators, we need to change the dynamics of the learning, the dynamics of language acquisition. We need to reprogram the mind. We need to help the student to unlearn a lot of things. And then they have to relearn that they can speak. Yes, I can speak. Yes, I can. That sort of an attitude is very important. So positive attitude also plays a very vital role. And attitudinal change also depends on the teacher. So if the teacher is able to change the attitude of the student, automatically the language acquisition becomes faster. The learning gets accelerated. So what I feel is, it is very important for the trainers, for the teachers, to give them a platform, proper given right motivation, a scientific kind of a motivation to the students, and give them tools and give them materials and give them confidence so that they will start speaking. Once they start speaking all the other technical aspects, it is very, very easy to hone the other aspects. And you all will agree that many are good communicators, not very proficient in English. Many teachers are very effective in the classrooms. They are fantastic classroom managers. They present their idea very well. Still, they're not too good in the grammatical aspects. So English is just a language. It can be acquired by anyone like any other languages. Only thing is we or they need to understand the blocks and barriers, and they need to know how to overcome it, and with proper guidance from passionate professors like you all, definitely they will rock on. And a lot of research has been done recently in Kerala. One Professor K.V. Nair, he has done some research, and he found out that Tamil medium, Hindi medium, Telugu medium students, they acquire language very faster within a short span of 3 months. It takes only 3 months of time to strengthen. It takes only 3 months of time to speak confidently. And speaking skills is different to reading skills. Some will be very good at reading. They may not speak. Some will be very good at listening. But it is very important. They need to know the connect between all these aspects. And listening and speaking and reading and writing are all interrelated. If you read a lot of books, automatically your speaking skills also will improve. Your vocabulary will improve. You will have a good choice of words. And if you listen more and more and more, all the sounding aspects get stored. Parallelly, your vocabulary, the word power also gets strengthened. So what happens when you try to speak out, the brain will supply you with words. You will have a good choice of words. The brain will supply you with the right pronunciation, the right sounding aspects. So indirectly, unknowingly, you are improving your speaking skills when you listen more and more. So many students, they find it hard to get the materials. So as teachers, as trainers, we can give them materials also. And we can also give them some kind of, exposure on exercises, some kind of drill, how to improve and how to use the dictionary, how to, the sounding pattern, the mouth position, the technical aspects like, and parallelly, with the language acquisition techniques, we can also give some exposure on eye-opener on interpersonal skills, on language proficiency and communication skills and presentation skills also. So they need to know what actually is presentation skill, how to present an idea, what is the difference between interpersonal skills and presentation skills. They need to know the difference between communication skills and interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills is all about understanding. Communication skills is all about understanding the process of communication. Presentation is all about the content, how you organize the content, how you deliver it. And I can say for all these aspects, it all comes under soft skills, communication skills, interpersonal skills, and presentation skills, body language aspects, all these comes under soft skills. And language proficiency is much connected with soft skills, but they need to know the difference. And English is globish, and English, it is actually a bridge language which will connect you to the world, and it is very easy, and it is just a language. And English is nowhere connected with knowledge. English is a language. So you need to tell the student that it is not knowledge. Knowledge is different. It is a language. It is just a language which all can acquire it in a very easy way. For that, you need to be confident. The student need to be confident. The professor need to be confident. It is all about interest also. You need to be passionate. You need to put a lot of effort. That is also very important. But all are smart work. English, acquiring a language, acquiring English language is smart work. It is not hard work. You need not spend a lot of time. You need not spend a lot of time and hours together to acquire language. It is a matter of just 1 or 2 hours every day. Even students, when given proper platform, proper guidance and motivation and materials, before the lockdown gets over, they can acquire the language. and they can start speaking very good English when they come to classes. It is possible. And you, my dear participants, I'm able to feel a good connect with you all. And I could see a lot of questions in the chat, and I'm very happy to share all these insights and inputs. So no slides today because my session is very short. I really want to get connected with you all emotionally. I really want to give you kind of motivation to all the passionate professors. And out of my 1,193 sessions, you won't believe this is the first session I'm running for the state Madhya Pradesh. I want to thank the college management of GS College of Commerce in Economics. I want to thank my good friend, passionate Professor Arti. This is a very good initiative, and the credit goes to the college management and a passionate Professor Arti. I am sure this session will be definitely an eye-opener for you all, and you might have taken a lot of insights from this session. And now you can type in some questions. I can take up some questions. Okay, just type in. And you can also take my phone number. Let me type in if I can. Yeah, I can type in the chat. You can take down my phone number. I am Dr. Paul Sushil. Okay. And I'm an international life coach, a teacher trainer, and I'm doing a lot of workshops. I've done more than 170 workshops for teachers in and out of country. And I'm very active in Facebook. You can also get connected in Facebook. I have a group called Passionate Teachers. And this is my WhatsApp number. I'm Dr. Paul Sushil, 9443452307. It's my number. You can take it down. You can also fix more programs. I'm really interested. I'm also planning a lot of programs, and I'm doing a lot of webinar sessions. Yes. You can type in any questions. I can take up a few questions. 9443452307. 944. I have typed in 944345230. Yes, 307. 944345230. It's my WhatsApp number. And yes, you're right. And you can get connected with me, and you can type in any questions. 1 or 2 questions. Yes, Professor Kalavati, thank you. It's my pleasure. And you need to thank Professor Arti. She's a very good soul, a passionate professor. And she just attended one of my sessions, and she called me. Immediately I said, okay, because I really want to get connected with new colleges, new people. And I'm really very happy. The ma'am, the secretary ma'am was giving an eye-opener on communication skills. And she was sharing some 10 commandments. That was really inspiring. I'm really very happy for her passion in English. I'm really very happy for her, and she delivered in style. That she delivered the content in style. I'm very happy for the management, and really I would like to take up more sessions. You can plan in a session for the students also. We can plan in, and recently I've delivered a session on social intelligence for college teachers. We have, I think, one college has organized this program, Social Intelligence for Teachers. And it was
within this year, I'm sure we'll have another session with you.
Yes, ma'am. It is of 1.5 hours. Some 1,200 lecturers in and out of country attended the session. Some 1,200 lecturers and professors.
Definitely, we would want our state to flourish, to children to learn more.
Yes, ma'am.
A very, very practical approach.
Yes.
A very scintillating presentation.
It's my pleasure. The credit goes to you, ma'am.
No, the credit.
Yeah. And the management, I would like to thank the management. They are very socially responsible, right? That's why they are planning to organize these type of programs. And some of my programs, to be very frank, many programs the college organizes, and the participant used to pay and register for my programs. And this is a free session. See, the participants are really very lucky to get exposed to all these aspects. So they need to thank the management and you for this initiative. And it's my pleasure to share these insights. And you can plan in some 1.5 hours session, full-fledged session on various topics. I
We'll do
have
that. Yes.
classroom management and NLP in classrooms for teachers and all other participants from various colleges. You can also plan in some sessions. Yeah, thank you
We'll do
very
that.
much. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to have you all here in this session.
Thank you, sir. You have our management's reassurance too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
good.
something will be worked out.
Yes, it's my pleasure to associate with
Thank you,
GS.
sir. We've all enjoyed your presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our moderator for the webinar, Dr. Abha Pandey, is currently Principal in Charge, Government Mahakaushal Arts and Commerce College, Jabalpur. As a professor and head Department of English, she has been actively involved in research, 39 fine years of service and teaching English. Her publications include many research papers at various national and international seminars and conferences. Abha Pandey ma'am, I would love to welcome you to give the feedback of both the sessions. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Aarti. Am I audible?
Yes,
well,
yes.
First of all, at the outset, I would like to thank Principal Dr. Sunil Pahwa, Dr. Shubhda Dharmadhikari Pandey, Director of the Managing Committee, Dr. R.P. Patel, for the organizer, the convener of this webinar. And then I would like to speak about the two speakers. We have really been very fortunate, veteran speakers, or I should say trainers, who are experienced and enthusiastic faculty members. They have sound knowledge of the subject matter. To speak about the first speaker, Dr. Vinita Singh Chaudhary, she dealt with the communication skills as a key to transformation of life. She has made an excellent presentation. She covered almost all the aspects of communication skills. In fact, she has left no stones unturned. She began her presentation with importance of communication skill with the question, how satisfied are we in our life? She spoke about various speeds, about the verbal and non-verbal communication, the aspects of communication, how to plan our communication in a linguistic, socially, and strategically. And she spoke about the importance of communication skill in personal life. She spoke about the 4 communication skills, emphasizing on receptive communication skill, which is listening and reading. Then she also emphasized, she elaborated on who is an effective communicator, one who knows when to speak, how to speak, and how much to speak. She also mentioned the barriers to communication and the shortcomings. One should be aware of the shortcomings and improve on the interpersonal communication. Well, our second speaker, Mr. Sushil Paul, spoke about the blocks and barriers in language acquisition. And from his speech, it was obvious that, like his speech, he himself is a passionate worker, one who's and loves what he is doing. He differentiated between the communication skills and language proficiency. He said that the students have psychological and emotional barriers, and as professors and trainers, we have a great responsibility to unblock those barriers. He told us there is a need for us to motivate them, to provide them a platform to speak. He said that the nuances of good communication skills, that is intonation, pronunciation, grammar, all these can come later. The first important thing is to develop the basics of communication. He spoke about the interest and passion, which is most important for learning language. Moreover, he emphasized on building confidence and stimulating our students, which is very important for language learning. He said that emotional communication with students is required. He gave us a recipe, and in his recipe, the ingredients were listening and reading. and the dish which will be prepared will be of speaking and writing. He said the grammatical errors should be overlooked initially. Finally, he gave us the talisman which we have to give to our students, and that is I can speak. He believes in subconscious learning of language, which in fact is the natural process of language acquisition. We are extremely thankful to you, Mr. Sushil Paul, and we look forward to having more such sessions with our students. Right now, we don't have many students, we have more of the trainers, but I'm sure our students will definitely be benefited by your sessions. I would like to end my session with a quote. If you want 1 year of prosperity, then grow grain. If you want 10 years of prosperity, then grow trees. But if you want 100 years of prosperity, then grow people. To ensure a long prosperity of our nation, we must focus on people. We must ensure a good quality of life of our generation, which in turn will shape the future. Language as a means of communication definitely has a role in ensuring a better quality of life. I'm thankful to the organizers for organizing a wonderful session. I'm sure all the faculty members and the students who are here have been benefited by this talk. Thank you.
I would like to thank Dr. Paul Sushil, International Life Coach, founder and director of PS Academy, for making all the important points clear to us. And I thank Dr. Vinta Chaudhary for such a wonderful and excellent presentation. And I'm thankful to Dr. Abha Pandey for giving us her precious time. I express my deep gratitude to Shubhda Ma'am, Managing Secretary of Shiksha Mandal. We keep getting her blessings and support in all the programs. I'm very much thankful to Pava Sir, the principal of our college, for giving us the opportunity to conduct this webinar. I thank all the participants for their contribution for this webinar. And I'm very much thankful to the organizing committee for the successful completion of this webinar. For this, I thank the convener of this webinar, Amarti Patel, and all the members of the technical team, Dr. Ashif Mishra, Anurag Sir, Ravin Sir, Pratik Sir, Aditi Ma'am, Ankit Sir, Patel Sir, Jayan Sir, and everybody else who has worked hard, and without their help, it could never have been possible to conduct such a successful webinar. Thank you.